Good morning. This is Jonathan from the National Weather Service in Raleigh with our weekly impact weather briefing for Central North Carolina for this upcoming week of October 17th through 23rd of this year. Well, the big story, as just about everybody is aware of, is the ongoing river flooding. Most of the runoff and heavy rain from Hurricane Matthew is making its way well down river and into the lower reaches of the North Carolina river systems. Presently, we have river flood warnings in effect on the Tar River, the Neuse River, as well as the Roanoke River. The good news is that all of the rivers that are not managed are continuing to fall rather steadily. And if you look in the upper left of the slide here, the Tar River at Tarboro continues to fall. It's in moderate flood right now. Should start to reach what we call minor flooding as we head into the second half of Tuesday, whereas the Neuse River near Goldsboro, that crested almost a week ago, and it continues a slow and gradual fall. It should reach minor flooding on Tuesday as well. Elsewhere on the Roanoke River at Roanoke Rapids, that river is being managed by some upstream releases via dams, and the folks managing that are keeping it just in the very lowest reaches of minor flooding, and we expect it to remain near that level for the next several days. And you can see on the hydrograph kind of a steady forecast in for those locations. So to sum up there is that the good news, rivers continued their slow and steady decline, and we expect all of the locations that are not managed on the Tar River and the Neuse River to reach below flood stage as we head into Wednesday. For the upcoming week, in terms of weather, we are expecting a very quiet pattern through the middle of the work week, and then a weather system, or actually a couple, may produce some unsettled weather as we head late in the week. More details on that here as we go through the weather maps. So for the early portion of the week, we have high pressure centered off the mid-Atlantic coast extending into our area. That should result in dry weather and temperatures above normal, with highs during the afternoon now reaching into lower and maybe even slightly middle 80s here for the next few days. As we head into the middle of the week, the high pressure center continues to extend in our area, but you can notice a cold front beginning to drop across the northeast and Ohio Valley. That weather system will approach our area late in the week, especially as we head into Friday and Saturday. And as that system approaches, another weather system, this low pressure area off the southeast coast just north of the Bahamas, that's an upper level low pressure system that is going to evolve over the week, and it actually may move west toward the southeast coast as we head toward the weekend. There's a lot of variance in terms of the guidance on how this system will evolve, and a fair amount of uncertainty, so the predictability on this is lower than typical. But we do expect that weather system to at some point meet up with the approaching front, and that could result in some enhancement of showers and thunderstorms across the Carolinas as we head into late Thursday, especially on Friday and to Saturday. And then during the remainder of the weekend, that system should hopefully depart, and we have high pressure building into the area, certainly for the last part of the weekend. But for the next several days as we head into Wednesday, there's no thunderstorms expected and no severe weather. In terms of severe thunderstorms expected during that period, just dry weather and mainly clear skies. The forecast rainfall amounts for the next several days on the remainder of today, Tuesday, and Wednesday shows no rain across the mid-Atlantic. For Thursday and Friday, we have some very light amounts. That's generally a quarter inch or less, and the bulk of that, if it does occur, would be on Friday. And this Saturday and Sunday map here shows again light amounts. If we do get any precipitation with that, that would be on the first half of that period on Saturday. And the 7-day total is quite low, generally a half inch or less across the central part of the state. So any kind of flooding conditions should not be exacerbated by expected rainfall through the weekend. We'll need to keep an eye on that system just to make sure nothing evolves that's unforeseen. There's a small chance that could develop into a weak tropical or subtropical system, but the impact on that in our area at this point should be minimal at best. Stay tuned for details on that, but right now we don't want to raise any alarm bells or get folks too anxious about that weather system. Here's a little map here shows our tropical low I talked about. Again, this is an upper level low that will try to work its way down to the surface to become either a hybrid subtropical system or a pure tropical system. Right now the forecast probabilities suggest it has about a 50% chance of making that evolution during the next 5 days, and if anything that would occur very late in the period. Still plenty of time to monitor that system. Looking ahead to the following week, temperatures as we head into the last week or so of October show an inclination to be above normal, and precipitation amounts show a tendency to be below normal. So in general, it looks like warm and generally dry weather as we head into the last week of October, heading toward Halloween. Now, summary and highlights, and look at the climate for this upcoming week. Again, we expect quiet weather through at least the first half of the work week with above normal temperatures and dry weather. A cold front will arrive late in the week, could provide some increased rain chances, and we expect near normal temperatures and generally dry conditions as we head into the second half of the weekend and into early next week before a warm-up perhaps returns again. Flooding continues on the rivers, but most rivers, just about all the rivers, will be out of flood stage by the middle of the week, and a general improvement from west to east should continue as we head into the remainder of this week and hopefully into next week. That's it for our weekly briefing. I'll stand by and check for questions in the question box. Otherwise, feel free to send us a message on the chat, or you can get in touch with us via our phone number or your other traditional means if you have any specific needs or briefing purposes. Quick look at the questions. I don't see anything in there, so we'll just go ahead and call it a day, and hope everybody has a good week, enjoys the quiet weather, and that helps out all of your recovery activities. From the National Weather Service, we want to say thank you for attending and have a good week.